I may have gotten scammed by a Portuguese taxi driver named Carlos. How we doing, guys? It's your boy Black Ginger, and the flock is taking off. Buckle up. Now it's time to tell you guys about the best trip of my entire life. Now that's 4 continents, 9 countries, 15 cities, and 80 days of pure adventure. Now, this was my first time ever out of the country. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay, well, not the first time. If you look right there, this was actually my first time out of the country. I went to Italy when I was 13 in 2012, yeah. And I got that caricature done of me right there. This right here is just something from school. Don't worry about that. But this is proof that I went to Italy in 2012. So I guess this isn't my first time out the country, but it's my first time ever doing a trip this big. That work? Yeah. It's my first time ever doing a trip this big, and definitely by myself. It's a little long story about by myself. I know if you watch the little preview to this, you might have seen that I was supposed to come with somebody. I will be vlogging my trip around the world with one of my closest friends, but you know, plans get messed up, things change, mindsets alter, you know, and I ended up doing an 80-day solo trip basically. So bear with me. Our first story takes us to Lisbon, Portugal, June 27th, 2019. I had a 4-hour layover, and I wanted to do a little bit more than just spend my first couple hours in Lisbon, Portugal stuck in an airport. So what did I do? I decided to push the clock and head out of the airport. So I hailed down a taxi cab, and I met with the first person on a very long list of people that I met on this trip. His name was Carlos the taxi driver. The one thing that I wanted to do when I got to Portugal was to find a restaurant and eat some authentic Portuguese food. I felt like that was the best way I could experience Portugal in the 4 hours that I would have there. Not even 4 hours, because I needed an extra hour or so to get in and out of customs, you know? So let's just say I thought it was the best way to spend 3 hours in Portugal, right? To find a restaurant, find some food, and get back to the airport without missing my first flight, or my layover, whatever. So I did it. Carlos was very helpful. Luckily, his cab took credit card, because I did not come on this trip with any cash. And because Carlos knew enough to say that most of the restaurants in Lisbon were not going to take credit card, that I was going to need some kind of cash, some euros, you know, he was nice enough to take me to a bank where I would be able to withdraw cash from my card.
Make sure you bring some type of currency on your trip that you can spend or convert.
So I went to the ATM, put in my card, and that's when I realized that my card had no PIN number, which meant that I would not be able to withdraw money from this ATM, which meant that I would not be able to withdraw money from any ATM, which meant that I was gonna have a major problem for these next 3 months. But that's an issue we're gonna get into in future videos.
Make sure you have a credit or debit card with a working PIN.
But this was not an issue to Carlos, you see, because Carlos, he brought me to his favorite local restaurant in the area, and he went to the owner and spoke to him in Portuguese and said, "Hey, this is my friend, and he's gonna order whatever he wants, and whenever he's done, you're gonna give me a phone call." And he hands the guy his business card. He says, "You're gonna give me a phone call, I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna pay for his bill." And that's exactly what happened. Okay. Well, we are having a bit of a lighting situation, so I'm gonna move us to a different room while I finish this story. Okay, we're back. We got some lighting. Back to the story. So anyway, Carlos was very helpful. He left, and the owner brought me to a table. He handed me a menu, and he told me he said something to me. It was in Portuguese. I think I understood. I think he said he'd be back to take my order. I crack open the menu, and yeah, it was all in Portuguese. So choosing my first dish overseas was gonna be more of a gamble. So I guess I just pointed to something, pronounced it as best as I could, and hoped that it wasn't fish, because you guys know I don't like fish.
Slimy. Yeah. You gotta hurry up, I gotta put it back. Hey, you gotta.
If you don't know, I don't like fish. Now you know I don't like fish. So anyway, I'm waiting there. A few minutes goes by, maybe 15 minutes goes by, and a waiter comes out with my dish. And luckily, I was blessed because today I was eating steak, rice, and French fries. Interesting addition to the dish, but not complaining. You know, your boy likes some French fries. They're basic, they're American, they're for me. So I had some food. I ate my dish. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the best food in the world. It was not the worst food in the world either. It was just a little bland, but the hot sauce on the table went a long way. All I'm gonna say. So I finished eating, and I waited for Carlos to come back, and bada bing, bada boom, everything went smoothly. I paid him for my meal in the car, and he's bringing me back to the airport. And on the way back to the airport, I'm trying to take a picture of this really beautiful bridge that I see in the distance out my window. And sadly, it took me too long to get my camera out of my pocket, turn it on, and get it set up to take a picture, because by the time I was ready, we were inside of a tunnel. And Carlos noticed that. So what did he do? He said, if you want, I can take you across the bridge and I can let you see it a little bit better.
If you want, we can go across the bridge and come back to see the river.
Let's go for it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
We have time?
I have time.
Yeah.
I had about 2 hours left until my plane took off, and I said, sure, I should have plenty of time. So we went for it. We went across this bridge, and honestly, it was really beautiful. Before I say anything else, it was very beautiful. But I definitely forgot that I was in a taxi with a meter running with money going up on it. So I'm sitting there in the taxi, we're going across this really beautiful bridge, and this $12 taxi ride from the restaurant to the airport ended up costing me about $45, which, okay, it sounds like I got scammed. I may have gotten scammed by a Portuguese taxi driver named Carlos. But anyway, I took the $45 taxi ride, and it wasn't, I honestly, I can't even knock it, because it wasn't really a $45 taxi ride. It was, like, okay, first of all, Carlos was very helpful that day. Like, I wouldn't have been able to eat if it wasn't for him. And he was very helpful in the car too, because it wasn't just like him silently driving me across this bridge. He was very like intuitive, very, is that the right word? I don't know. He was very knowledgeable. Like, he knew what he was talking about, and he was telling me a lot of nice facts about Lisbon and Portugal, and just talking to me. So it felt more like I was on a tour than in a taxi. And honestly, third point is that, like, this is my first time ever in Lisbon, Portugal, whatever. And who knows when the next time will be that I'll come back. And since I'm only gonna be here for like 4 or 5 hours, whatever, I figure, hey, I might as well get a little bit more of a taste of the country, of the city, whatever, yeah. And you know, honestly, it was okay, I shouldn't say great. It was good. It was a good experience. And I would say that if you ever have time to like actually go out and explore the city during your layover, I would go for it, but please make sure you have time. Don't just go out and hope and then come back and miss your flight and then say, oh my god, Black Ginger, oh, Brendan said that I should go and check. No, like, if you have time, use your head, use your croissant, and go explore the city on your layover. I'm saying, like, you gotta have a minimum of 2 hours, and if you only got 2 hours, I would still not even go too far from the airport. Like, if you're gonna take a taxi, like, go 5 minutes and make sure that you have a way of getting back. So by around 4 p.m., I was back in line at my airport, ready to board my plane to Florence, Italy, and to really start the beginning of this adventure. So thank you all for watching today's video. I decided to start off this series with a little bit of a lighter story, like it's a little easy, nothing special, nothing crazy, nothing wild. But I promise you that there will be more crazy stories in the future. They'll just be getting exponentially more insane, more risky, more whatever. You guys can be the judge of that. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I hope that you guys enjoyed my first video. Second video back? First video of the series. Does the preview? Whatever. First video back. First official video back. I am so happy, guys, to finally be back and making videos for you all. So, if you really appreciated anything that I said today, hit me with a like, subscribe, share me with some of your friends, share me with 2 friends. Come on, like, help me get out there. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to thrive, you know, just help a brother out. And comment down below if you have any advice for the boy getting back into making videos, if you have any critiques. And also comment down below if there's any countries in the world that you wish that you could have always gone to, because, you know, this is only the first of very many trips in my future. And hopefully in my future, in our future together, I'll be able to take some of you guys on some future trips with me. But this is all future, this is all speculations. Speculations. Why can't I talk? It's all speculation. It's all it's gonna be for now. And I hope that you guys get something out of my videos. I hope that I'm able to help you guys. Well, don't take any advice from me on how to talk, because that's not my strong suit. But anyway, hopefully we grow as a whole, you know. Hopefully we grow together, we grow as a team, as a flock. But for now, that's all I've got to say. I'm excited to start with my weekly videos for you guys. Catch me every Sunday, every Wednesday, right here, this channel. I know there's 2 other Black Ginger channels above me when you type my name in, but I'm gonna be right here. And eventually, I'm gonna be here, and eventually I'll be here, and then up here, which the camera can't see, but I'm like up here, like, I'm gonna be high up there. Just wait. So anyway, live forward, learn backwards. Peace.